Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ascension to Love with Alice. What an honour it is to be here with you, to have this opportunity to speak to you, with you all, and bring forth some energy, some training, some wisdom, a vibration that hopefully will help unlock and help you anchor in more of your beautiful, beautiful, divine, unique light that you have within each and every one of you. My name is Alice. I am an Ascension Empowerment Guide, an angelic medium. I mainly work with people that are already angels of the light, people that are already usually in a consistent fifth dimension vibration, to help them unlock the codes to ascend further and go deeper within. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about unity consciousness. We are in a world right now on this beautiful star where there is a major shift, a major expansion happening, shifting us from a 3D paradigm, that fear-based paradigm, to a consistent 5D paradigm, that unconditional love level. There are set to be 2 billion souls awakening between now and Yule this year, which is a lot of energy coming in these next 10-12 weeks. And it's so important for everyone that is already connected to that light, which I know everyone on here is. Everyone on this planet is in some way, shape or form. But everyone that's already connected to that light, to really anchor your light solidly into the ground so that you can be that shining beacon as the shadows start to disperse around us. Many of you will have already have an understanding of the not so subtle ways of unity consciousness and separation. You know, gender, orientation, culture, class, colour of skin, job, vocation, things like that. The more kind of obvious and categorized categories that humans have created through the past 10,000 years or so. And you'll have already come to an awareness that we are all one. But hopefully this live will be able to bring you to a deeper understanding of that. There are a few things that are always consistent in this world that have never changed. Law of attraction is one, and this is very much relevant to today's teaching. Law of attraction is always working, right? And you may have heard the phrase that, you know, everyone is a mirror of you. And this is a really powerful and beautiful thing to really understand. Many of you will already maybe remember past lives from when you were an Essene, from when you were in Atlantis, Lemuria, especially the golden age of Atlantis, right? You may already remember and have that that feeling, that remembrance come up within your soul. You may already have that within you. And what's really beautiful about that is that, you know, you'll already be channeling through those light codes and that memory. And any of the teachings that we've had from the Kalu, from channeling down from the Melchizedek order, from Archangel Metatron, any of those teachings, you know, you may be remembering more and more and more now with this influx of energy coming in thick and fast. And this teaching today will help you go to a more subtle level to really help you bridge any gap that you may have known or unknown. So let's begin. So I'm going to be talking about the 7 mirrors of the Essenes. This is something that many people have spoken about before. You may have seen a video or read a book by Greg Braden, I think he's called, who articulated beautifully what I'm going to share. But everyone and everything is a mirror. Okay, so if you want to know where your gaps are, what karma it is that you are here to release in this particular incarnation, where any wounding or distortions or shadows may be within your masculine or feminine energies. This is really relevant, especially to anyone here who is a starseed and remembers that ascended version of themselves from other planetary alignments, and especially for anyone that connects with the term twin flame, divine union, because that is also a way that this Christ-like energy, this beautiful oneness, has been anchoring down within our planet, is through twin flames, light workers, empaths. So let's begin. So the first mirror is probably the most obvious one, I find, and it talks about what you are radiating in this moment in time. So anyone that you come into contact with, any message that you may receive, technology is everywhere these days, right? Anything that may be coming in immediately to you from an exchange of another person, especially if it's a positive one, but this works for a not so positive as well, but whatever you are radiating vibrationally in that moment, the law of attraction is working with that and will be showing you that as a mirror with whomever is in front of you. So if you are walking down the street and you come across someone who is happy and skipping with a smile on their face, you know, just really happy to be here, you know that that's exactly what you're radiating right now. Similarly, if you come across someone who is a little bit unhappy, disheartened, grumpy, something's happening, right, for them, and they're just not in the best spirits, you know that law of attraction being in play, you will have only attracted that person to walk across your path because somewhere in your active vibration that energy is present. So it shows us how we can really delve deeper and go down through these layers. So I find that first mirror to be a very obvious representation of the outer layer of our vibration. The next mirror is a little more subtle. It shows up the judgments, any fears, any anger, anything like that that may be active within your vibration also. And it shows up in the same way. A person in front of you, an experience, a message you may receive, it shows up. So if that is active somewhere, even if it's not fully conscious, it will show up because it's there to show you. Everything that happens in this world is here to help us ascend and expand our consciousness, our soul growth. People ask often, you know, how long will it take to go from one space to the next space? And it very much depends on how connected you are to everything the universe is trying to show you, right? We know time isn't linear. We know it's circular. It's like a spiral, really. So we know that, you know, it's not about how long will something take, it's how connected are you, right? How conscious are you of noticing what is being shown and offered to you to help you grow and expand? The third and fourth mirror that the Essenes talk about, this is very much kind of like that mystery element that, you know, when you look at someone, you see them in their eyes, or you meet someone, you have that electric spark, that connection. That's very much what the third mirror and the fourth mirror talk about. The third one being, you know, when you have that connection with someone and you just have that admiration, they've got this mystery about them, you're just drawn to them and you don't know why. Oftentimes, if you actually allow yourself to go within to the vibration that you're feeling, it will show you what maybe you have lost, what you have given away in this lifetime or previous. Something which you are on a journey to actually rediscover and regain. Become more sovereign in that particular energy, right? The fourth mirror is about patterns and behaviours. This is really interesting when you are in a divine union, a partnership of any kind, whether it's a soulmate that you're intimate with or a friend, where you spend a lot of time with them, have a lot of interaction with them. You notice this more and more, or in repeat people, right? When in a space of time people are coming in and they show the same pattern, right? Behaviour. Could even be an addiction of sorts, right? And when you see that reflecting from another, it's showing you on a subtle level what is going on within you. And this is actually such a beautiful gift, because when we can see clearly from another when we can see clearly from another, because it's very obvious when we're gazing upon someone, right? It's harder to look within ourselves, right, and to see our actions and to see our behaviours as clear as other people may see them, and it's the same reverse, right? You see other people's patterns often clearer than you would your own, and that's wonderful because it shows you what is active in your vibration. It shows you what is there, underlying there, right? Something that you're able to go within to feel more into, a behaviour, a pattern, an addiction, especially if that behaviour develops and it's not aligned with the light. When that develops, you know, it's like you're ignoring the indicators, the emotions that you're feeling. You're trying to ignore them. Those emotions are there for a reason. We chose to come down into this physical being, into this physical body, to actually shift, transmute, alchemize, grow and expand quicker. If we were to not stay, if we were to be in the non-physical and not come down, it would take us much longer, because we're only learning the theory from up there. This is where the practical is, right? So if we choose to ignore those emotions, which are kind of like your signal lights, your indicators, whether you are on the right path, whether you're on the path of light, or whether you are tapping into maybe a fear or separation consciousness, those emotions will let you know. And when we choose to ignore those emotions for a longer space of time, that's when that behaviour can turn into an addiction or a behaviour pattern that's a little bit destructive, right? And when that is shown to us in another person, we know that there is something there we can clean up in our own energy grid, right? The fifth one, twin flames would love this. If there are any twin flames watching this, or anyone that actively works with divine masculine and divine feminine energies, and shifting any wounding, any shadows, any distortions of those energies within them, this fifth mirror is a beautiful one, because this is about the mother and the father, your parents. They are a perfect mirror to show you exactly where any distortions or woundings are, maybe inherited, maybe from a previous life that you've brought in, maybe because it's this life that you get to work on those, because you were busy in the prior life, right? Your mother and your father, and how you feel about those people, whether they're here, no longer here in the physical. Your earth parents are a beautiful mirror of your relationship with the cosmic father and the earthly mother. That balance of oneness, of wholeness, of as above, so below. Your relationship with your parents and how you feel about them, and the things that start to trigger you if you're in a conversation with them, if you spend some time with them, the little things, the little niggles that come up show you inherently the distortions in that energy within. And the reason why I say twin flames would love this particular mirror, or they should do, is because if you are someone seeking divine union with someone else, that union starts within first, that merging of wholeness of divine masculine and feminine energies, right? That runner-chaser dynamic only exists because there is wounding within your own masculine and feminine energies, right? So we can look at some of the things that come up and actually choose to tune into some of the energies that come up, some of the feelings that come up, some of the catching what you're saying, what you're thinking when a parent says or does something. It triggers that chain reaction memories, right? But if you were to actually take a step back and see it from an outside perspective, see the bigger picture, you will actually be able to identify where there is a shadow aspect, where there has been wounding for you on an energetic level that is manifesting physically and showing up physically in this beautiful mirror of our parents. The sixth mirror, dark night of the soul. The fifth, sixth and seventh mirrors, I always find, I kind of always relate them a little bit to our karma, to why we're here in this incarnation, why we chose the body we chose, why we chose the parents we chose, why we chose the situation that we chose, the illnesses, the circumstances, why we chose them all. We chose them all in this lifetime because that's the karma that we are working on in this lifetime, balancing, cleaning up, becoming whole again. And the dark night of the soul, that nakedness, right? That's what it does. It strips you right back. It allows you, it often shows up in environment as well, right? In environment and external situations, mirroring to you a vibration that you are looking to shift in this lifetime and balance and make whole in this lifetime and come to peace with. This is the removal of any of those constraints that we've inherited, either cellularly, ancestrally, energetically, collectively, by being here in a female body, by being here in a male body, by being here with darker colour skin, lighter colour skin, by being born in a certain country, of a certain class. Those constraints that we have and we've just wore like a suit of armour, that dark night of the soul allows you to really take that back and get back to the bare bones of the light within you. From the dark light is created, right? You can't have darkness without light, and you can't have light without darkness. They marry and they mirror and they hold each other dearly. That sixth mirror also is where some of those major things that major traumas that we have as human beings to clear on. And this goes all the way back to the golden age of Atlantis. This goes all the way back to when we had the last fall, and it started to get denser and denser and denser in energies, and we took on and accepted the third density back, the third dimension back, because we had more light to anchor in, and that contrast allowed the hearts to break open, and that's what we're feeling and seeing right now, 10,000 years later, which in the grand scheme of things is very short space of time, right? So that separation consciousness, that feeling of abandonment, showing up in relationships, showing up in situations, circumstances, whether it's abundance, whether it's love, whether it's how you trust, what someone says to you, what your lover, your beloved, your friend, how that all shows up is showing you what is still active in a vibration that is transcending. But when you can get to a stage, get to a point of knowing that, you know, it doesn't matter what is happening, doesn't matter what you're seeing within that person when that comes out. If you choose to then focus on the light, guess what? That's what's going to get mirrored back. If you choose to put your blinkers on, that's what over time will start to get mirrored back. So there's two ways we can work with this mirroring. The most effective way is to go within when you see something, go, okay, why is that showing up? What is within me that is causing this to show up? Angels, universe, God, goddess, whatever resonates, whatever term resonates with you, right? Asking your inner being to show you how you can clean up that energy space more, right? And the final mirror, and this is the most beautiful one, is perfection. Seeing divine perfection. And I alluded to that just a moment ago with those blinkers. Because those first mirrors are showing you how you can clean up your energy grid, right? It's showing you what wound and trauma you've brought in from other lifetimes, from this lifetime you've created, you've taken on, you've inherited. That mirroring is such a gift. And especially when we pair it with the cosmic transits that we have happening, pulling out different aspects that are ready and more willing to be released and to shift. The seventh mirror is perfection. You know, knowing, like you know, that whomever is in front of you showing up as they are showing up divinely perfect. The light in you, the cosmic father, the earthly mother, sees not the shadows, sees not the lower actions that may have happened or words that may have been said from pain, from not being in alignment, The divine does not see that. And when you get to that seventh mirror and you can consistently stay there, that's when you are anchoring in such a light. You are being such a beacon that you are starting to attract that from every person around you, every situation around you. And that is when you are really anchoring in the divine light, when you are really rising higher than that fifth dimension. And when you can consistently rise higher and higher and higher, you're starting to activate other people's light, helping them anchor in, helping them raise to the sixth, to the seventh, to the eighth dimension, density, right? Choosing only to see the light means that nothing else happens. Nothing else is happening. You're creating your environment. You're creating a portal through which you can then draw others into, to be part of, to be in that light with you. When you put those blinkers on to see only that light within others, you're really connecting with the core essence of what we're here to do. And you're really earning your wings through doing that, right? The law of attraction is always working, it's always guiding us. It's one of the constants. There are many other constants. The law of oneness is coming back and it's coming through. And each one of us are being given the gift now to choose. Are we aligning with love? Are we aligning with fear in every single moment, every single day, every single thought pattern? Are we opening ourselves up to receive the healing and allow the healing that our soul can do if we open our space up, if we open ourselves up to the light and transcend anything coming in lower? Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful angels, fellow light workers, beings of light, thank you so much for joining me here today. I hope this has helped. I hope this has inspired thought patterns, brought a new level of consciousness to your interaction with everything and everyone. Because it's when we reach that seventh mirror and we see everything as perfect, that's when we really connect with one another, and that's when we can really have a major impact in the ascension of this planet, and that's really when we can transcend timelines and do quantum leaps and quantum jumps, right? My love and many blessings to one and all. If this resonated, do check out my Facebook page, Ascensions Love with Alice. I also have a YouTube channel, Ascensions Love. It's been wonderful to be here. Such an honor, such a blessing. Namaste. I love you all. Bye for now.